Hello and welcome to another episode of Historic Hindsight. I'm John, that's Tom, and today we're talking about Muhammad Ali.
That's right, Johnny, or more specifically, who Muhammad Ali was actually named after. The original Cassius Clay from the 1800s. Just a little bit.
Cassius Clay,
A little bit.
Muhammad Ali's original name. So we're doing
Yes.
like his pre-boxing career.
Sure. It's
Before
pre-boxing.
Cassius Clay was
Yeah.
Muhammad Ali.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll
And
go
also
with
like maybe 100 years before that.
that. Probably a little bit before
Ish.
that. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
When the hell?
All right.
So Muhammad Ali, he was boxing what, in the 80s?
You
70s?
know, like this, yeah, 50, 60, 70, something like that. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. I know the name. I don't really follow boxing. But anyway, that's the point.
No.
We're talking about the old Cassius Clay. Born on October 19th, 1810. He's going to be born into one of the wealthiest slave-owning households in Kentucky. As the son of a slaver, it's like, how the hell do you become arguably the most violent abolitionist ever in the United States
It's only
history?
a phase.
Huh?
Or it's not only a phase, right?
It was not only a phase
Dad.
for him, no. Well, Johnny, it's those damn liberal colleges at it again.
I'll tell you what.
Indoctrinating those
I'll tell you
students.
Messing up our kids' brains.
Clay family obviously is very well-to-do, very politically connected, including several of his members are actually already in politics at the state and local level, or state and federal level, sorry.
His family
and-
members?
Yeah, like he's got
Okay.
one of his
Yeah.
older brothers is in politics. He's got a cousin that's in
Okay.
politics. Yeah, yep. Clay family's very well-to-do. He's got that silver spoon born in his mouth. So he first attends Transylvania
nice.
University, later transferring over to Yale and graduating in 1832. And it's at Yale where he hears an abolitionist speech by the name of William Lloyd Garrison, one of the most prominent abolitionists at the time. He hears a speech for him where Cassius Clay says once he heard Garrison's arguments, it's, as I quote here, "As water is to a thirsty wayfarer, he found his new calling. He's not going to be a silent objector to slavery. No. He's going to take up his pistols and go pew, 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 pew."
What an 1832 thing to say.
Yeah, at 18.
That's
oh, yeah,
fantastic.
the wayfarer to water. Yeah, that's not, yeah, it's very much, nobody talks like that anymore. So in the antebellum South, there are basically four groups of people that you can, well, even in the United States at this point, there are basically four groups that you can fall into. You can be a slaver, who's outright either supporting it or actively participating in the institution of slavery. You can be those that just don't care. They're like going about their daily business, like, I don't own them, I don't give a shit. It's
I'm
nice
not
to
into
get a free,
politics.
it's nice to get a cheap shirt, but it's not my. It's like what we do with Nike. It's
Yeah,
shoes are
with
nice.
modern day slave labor in general and the devices that we use.
Yeah,
Like
yep,
the
yep, yep.
phones that we're recording this on. for
You can be a emancipator, which basically means that you're wanting to get rid of slavery, but slowly over time through voting, and then usually that encompasses giving some kind of financial retribution to the slavers that are going to lose their property in exchange for losing their property, not to the slaves. We don't
not,
care about
okay.
it. No, we're giving the money to the
Gotcha.
slavers.
I thought I'm like, that's very, very progressive.
No,
thinking
we're
for
giving the
that
money
ti-
to the
But it's as compensation for a lost product that they.
Yeah, it's that. That's
Okay. Well, that's still. So they are. Yeah, just they're the bureaucrats. They want
the bureaucrats. That's what
Sure. Slavery is wrong and should be outlawed eventually.
and we'll get around to it eventually.
Perhaps
but
by the
you know,
time I'm dead and I no longer benefit from it,
Yeah.
then that could, and then you could pay the people
Yeah.
who lost it.
There's that. And then there's the abolitionists, which are like, end slavery right now at any means necessary, at any cost. I don't give a shit if I have to murder every slaver that has ever existed. This is an abomination to humanity, and we are going to end it at any means necessary.
Okay, so yeah, you're very, very like aggressive liberal riot starters.
Antifa of its day, so to speak.
There you go. Sure.
Yeah. Yep. So, in this period, it's safe to say that the violence is no stranger between slavers and abolitionists. They are clashing at every other corner. This is where the whole bleeding Kansas and stuff rolls in. And thankfully, Johnny, at this point in time in American history, duels are 100% legal. So if a slaver doesn't like something an
good.
abolitionist says, you can challenge them to a duel, or vice versa. And
Oh, but the abolitionists love that.
buy pistols. Oh yeah, the abolitionists love it.
Like hell yeah, challenge me to a duel.
and,
Go for it.
and Cassius Clay really loves it. By reports, he gets into over 40 duels with slavers and wins every single one of them, putting those guys in the fucking ground.
Well, did he though? How many died?
Oh, like no, in duels, like that's it's to the death usually with the pistols.
Were they?
Yeah.
Were they?
Yeah. Like no, it's like you're standing apart and
I thought. Yeah, but I thought most of them didn't end in death.
Well, maybe he didn't kill them all, but he won every. It doesn't matter, Johnny. He won 40 duels.
It does matter.
Maybe he didn't kill every single one of them, but he won 40 duels. So at the very least, 40 slavers have bullets in them. He's actually so much prominently known as such a good duelist that he's actually known as the most violent abolitionist in the United States at this point in time, and the greatest duelist in the United States at this point in time. He is going to wind up inheriting his father's land when his father passes away. When he moves back to Kentucky and becomes a lawyer, his Opa will die. He'll inherit all that land. He immediately frees every single one of the slaves at the cost of $40,000 to him, which is equivalent to $2 million today. I don't care who you are. Can you imagine like just taking your inheritance and going, which is exactly what Cassius Clay does to it?
No,
because
I can't imagine that because I don't have that.
No.
I would love to be able to imagine that. That would be fantastic.
Fantastic. Well, he takes it. He literally not only does he free.
Okay, now with his inheritance and stuff, but like, don't you think he just figures he's gonna be rich regardless of what he does?
Yeah, he's
with his connections and everything else.
Yeah.
Like
and it's the whole conscious thing of. Like,
and it's somebody who's never had negative consequences his whole life. He's been able to do whatever he wants and has gotten away with it.
Yeah. It's not uncommon, though, at this time frame for, like, somebody to inherit slaves and then, like, slowly get rid of them. Like, Ulysses S. Grant, like, he gets a slave from his father-in-law, and he does free him eventually. It takes about a year, but he frees him. But, like, Cassius Clay, like, it's instant. Like, oh, I own them now?
Like you said, he's an abolitionist, and that was just immediate without, you just cut the ties and that's it.
Not only does he give them freedom papers, he actually goes above and beyond, employs them, gives them land, gives them money, like sets them up so they're not just like, all right, you're on your own, good luck, fucker. Like he actually is taking the extra step, giving them money, setting them up with their own land.
Not just kicking them out and saying, good luck in this world that's not built for you and is actively built against you.
No. He's taking care of them. Yep.
What a pretty great thing to do.
What a pretty great thing to do. Obviously, the slavers that are looking around him go, we don't like that. That's not good. You can't treat them like they're human beings. What are you doing?
Better than he would treat them, even not just human beings, but like treating them better than he treats the white slavers.
To make matters worse, he's going to run for the Kentucky State Legislature and win in 1835. He's going to continue to win and continue to speak abolitionist, ideology in office, continue to fight against slavery in office, all the way up until 1841 when he finally does get ousted because he's in Kentucky and he's a massive abolitionist. And I'm surprised he even won to begin with, let alone winning for a couple of terms. So
and then that's things were starting to heat up more and more and more.
Yes,
at that point.
very much. Now, once he leaves office in 1841, he's not done. He goes on a speaking tour of Kentucky, going to anybody who's going to listen and talk about the woes and evils of slavery. This does not sit very well with said slavers in Kentucky. Now, they have the legal choice.
They didn't like a traveling salesman coming around saying that they're immoral and bad and should be hanged, probably. Don't like that. That's weird.
Didn't like that's weird. This is weird. Yeah. Now, so they got two options to deal with them. They can try to legally dispatch them through the duels, or, which didn't work out for them, we're just going to hire an assassin.
Yeah, you assassinate them. That's you're rich. You pay a poor person lots of money to kill a person. That's tale as old as time, is it not?
So they hire a man by the name of Sam Brown, not related to John Brown. These are two different Brown families, surprisingly.
Okay.
They hire Sam Brown out of Louisiana.
In relation
he comes
to
up.
Charlie?
Charlie Brown, maybe. Once he's doing a speech, Cassius Clay is doing a speech. In that speech, he's talking about the woes of slavery and the evils of slavery, and essentially he ends the speech with, anybody who's opposed to the laws of God, I offer you this throws the Bible down as a argument against slavery. Although I don't know if he read the Bible, because there's a whole section in that talks about the logistics of buying and selling of slaves. But we'll ignore that.
Sure, but
there's the whole like biblical, like, do what you want to others as you want it done to you. And I don't think you want to be owned.
There's a whole lot of little things in the Bible that don't make sense and contradict each other. So
he takes the Bible and he goes, I offer you the laws of God as an argument against slavery. And he goes, if the laws of God aren't good enough for you, I offer you the laws of man. And takes the Constitution out of his pocket, throws it down. And he goes, if those
the Constitution?
Yeah, a copy of the Constitution. He doesn't have to be Constitution. A copy of the Constitution.
Somebody called Nick Cage.
And then he goes, if the laws of man and God aren't good enough for you, pulls out 2 pistols and goes, I offer you these.
All right. What's up, boy?
Sam Brown waits till he's unarmed and has his pistols on the desk, runs up to him, and shoots him point blank in the fucking chest. Now, Sam Brown, this is where we get legends and stuff that gets mixed into it all. Cassius Clay, after getting shot in the chest, allegedly, he was carrying a Bowie knife on his chest, which I think sounds weird to me that you'd have it there, but it was allegedly the Bowie knife sheath that stopped the bullet.
I could see if you have a set of suspenders on or something, just
maybe
having a little right there knife here that you can grab. I could see that.
Either way, he gets shot. Allegedly, the sheath of his Bowie knife, the silver sheath of his,
stopped it.
Yeah. Well, Cassius Clay pulls out said Bowie knife, chases down Sam Brown, stabs Sam Brown, knocks him to the ground, but that's not enough, Johnny. He then lobs off his nose, lobs off his ear, gouges out his.
Wait, are we still in the myth part, or
no? This is real. This is 100%.
We're back to reality.
Yeah, this is reality. Okay. Takes the fucking Bowie knife.
Who's letting this happen? Who's just
everybody is spectating? Pops out his fucking eye.
People.
He is going ape shit on Sam Brown. Now, Sam Brown's friends save Sam Brown's life by ripping him off of Cassius Clay and then throwing him over a ravine, being like, "You can't get to him now."
I'll bet he wishes they didn't.
Surprisingly, Sam Brown does survive all of this mayhem.
Why?
I don't know why you'd want to.
Thank you.
But he's
No, thank you.
Yeah, I don't want to survive that. Now, Sam Brown then decides to sue Cassius Clay and file criminal charges against Cassius Clay, saying that, all right,
I mean,
when you stabbed me once,
I tried to, kill you.
But the lobbing off my nose and my ear and my eye, that's mayhem. That's
it does seem excessive at that point.
Yeah, that's not self-defense anymore.
That's not attempted murder, though. Attempted murder is, I'm going to keep stabbing you. That's just mutilation.
Yeah, assault and battery. I don't know what you would charge.
It's mutilation and God, it's
torture. It's straight up
psychopathic behavior.
Psychopathic behavior. Just a little bit.
What a complicated man.
So Cassius Clay is going to hire his cousin Henry Clay, who is a prominent lawyer at the time who's never lost a case, to defend him. Henry Clay goes into the court and basically goes, "Have you not met Cassius Clay? This completely is his. This fits. He's won 40 duels.
It's just who he is.
He's a psychopath.
He's a psychopath.
This is what he does. What did you think? Like it's Brown's own fault for attempting to assassinate this guy. What did you fucking think was going to happen?"
Yeah, that is.
And it just goes,
I mean, it would be hard to say. I'm guessing. I know it didn't exist at the time, but that seeing red defense is basically what they were saying. Like, this is just what it is. But it'd be hard for them to say no. He wasn't in a state of confusion and just insanity. Basically, he clearly was insane.
Yeah, this is him, and it wins. Like, he wins. Like, it's just
sure.
Yeah, you not met Cassius Clay? You brought this upon yourself.
I'll bet if it hadn't been for the whole shooting him in the chest first, that guy would have had a case.
Yeah, the guy would have definitely had a case if he didn't attempt to fucking murder him by shooting him in the chest.
Yeah, that's tough.
There is that. Now, after this whole incident, Cassius Clay is going to join the United States Armed Forces when they go to war with the Mexican-American War.
How old is he at this point?
He's so 1910. This is the 1930s. So he's what?
So he's in his 20s.
Yeah.
Okay.
Young man, young adult. He's going to go to war. He's going to go to war with a Kentucky volunteer unit, and then immediately his unit gets captured, like pretty much right off at the start of the war. And he spends the entirety of the war in a POW camp. Now, this is where legend comes into again. I'm going to go ahead and say I don't fully buy this story, but sure. Allegedly, while he was a POW, some of his troops underneath him escaped the camp. Allegedly, the Mexicans get mad at that, and they go, we're going to assassinate everybody in your unit because some people escaped. And allegedly, Cassius Clay goes up to the Mexicans and goes, no, it's my fault. It's my off. Like, you can assassinate me, assassinate the officers. We'll take full responsibility for them. Ultimately, like, we should not have let our men leave. Like, it's our fault. And the Mexicans go, oh, that's so honorable, and then didn't kill anybody.
Nope, that's not how that works.
I'm going to
If they do that, they say, oh, okay, we will also kill you. What? And then
I don't. Yeah, that's
not
that's the legend. But I'm going to go ahead and call. I'm calling bullshit on that legend. Like that not seems, a chance. That seems like the butchering. I would tend to want to call bullshit on that, except there's like it's court documents. He's like, my fucking my nose is gone.
Yeah. Well, like, and it's a details thing,
I don't have an eyeball.
That's so specific.
Yeah,
that it's not going to just get made up that way.
Once he returns from war as a war hero, he's going to actually attempt to help his cousin Henry Clay get elected to office. Henry Clay goes, listen, I love you, bud, but can you not campaign in the South for me, because I just don't see that going very well.
Yeah, don't want your help there, pal.
And then he doesn't win the election. After that, Cassius decides, I'm going to write an abolitionist article. Like, I'm going to start writing articles in newspapers, speaking pro-abolition.
The pen is mightier than the gun that I used to kill 40 people.
Yes, sure. Unfortunately, obviously, there's not a lot of newspapers that are willing to start publishing him. So he creates his own newspaper.
Which go into the National Archives and read some of the papers from the 1800s. They would publish anything.
Yeah. There's not a lot of facts in newspapers at this point. The journalistic integrity is not a thing that
it was
not
just
a concept
people
that
sending in letters and stuff.
Just random shit. Yeah. Anyway, so he creates his own newspaper office. Obviously, in Kentucky, it's not going to be a very welcome newspaper office. So it's going to be the target of mayhem. And so he wants to keep his employees safe. So what he does in his office is he actually loads it up with guns and at least one cannon that he has in the corridor. That's like your one main entrance coming into the building. There's a fucking cannon there, and there's iron on both sides of it. So you're funneled into like your cannon. You're
taking a cannon right in the gut.
Effective. He hides a whole bunch of guns, munitions, all that fun stuff all around the office. He has the office actually rigged with explosives to explode in the event that he needs it to. But then he's got a trap door for his employees. The whole goal here is the employees, they're going to leave. He's going to stay behind as a one-man army and just fuck up anybody that comes.
And just Rambo it?
He's Ramboing that shit. Yeah. This is. I'm pretty sure Cassius Clay is not.
He is insane.
Yeah, he's not firing on all cylinders. No.
But I want him on my side.
Luckily for him, they never actually attack the office while he's there. He does wind up getting sick, like a typhoid fever, I think it was. So he's down for a little bit, and when he's down for a little bit, then they go and they burn down the newspaper office. When he's not able there to like make mayhem for everybody. Now, after the office is burned down, he does make a new newspaper in Cincinnati, Ohio, which is much more friendly to the abolitionist movement. So he doesn't really have to worry about the whole like shooty, bang, bang, defend myself at all costs.
He did, though.
Kind of thing there.
I bet he still had guns hidden.
I'm sure he probably did, yeah. At this point in time, he's actually considered a contender for the vice president of Abraham Lincoln, and is like Lincoln wants him to be the vice president, but then the rest of the Republican Party is like, have you met Cassius Clay? I don't think he's going to get us votes from people Lincoln, who aren't violent.
Yeah. You need Cassius Clay like you need a hole in the head.
So that's when they go with Hannibal Hamlin. So that's a name you've never fucking heard in your life and you're never going to hear again.
You can't sound that not sounding drunk.
Hannibal Hamlin. Instead, though, Lincoln is going to offer him the position to be an ambassador to Russia. As an ambassador to Russia, when the Civil War kicks
off. So
as
a little a consolation prize.
Consolation prize, yeah.
You get a job still, just not vice president.
Yeah, but it's great that he's there. Because while in Russia and the Civil War breaks out, Cassius Clay actually convinces the Russian emperor to not only not support the Confederacy, but to make public declarations that if anybody does so much as acknowledge the Confederacy as its actual sovereign nation, that Russia will declare war on them.
Oh. Okay. And did he do that because other people tried to do it, and then he was going to kill them all, and then Cassius came up and said all that, and then saved the day? And
probably. Emperor Alexander II of Russia, during the Civil War, is actually going to send his Atlantic and Pacific fleets to the east and west coast of the United States. They have sealed orders that were given to both admirals to only open in the event that France or England acknowledges the Britain. I'm sorry. There's so many people that on the fucking... It pisses off the English, I guess. Great Britain. Because, they want to... Whatever. It's all the same. You're all on a fucking island together. Who gives a shit? And then they, started saying, oh, well, howdy, Texan. Okay, that doesn't... okay, sure, that doesn't offend me if you want to call all Americans Texans. It offends me. Sure.
No, don't do that.
Or Californians, or Illinoisans, or whatever. It's all the same.
I'm a super proud Hoosier, and you can only call me that.
I give zero shits to whatever state I live in. Anyways, so Britain or France, if they acknowledge the Confederacy, they're open that packet and read their orders and follow them. Which we don't know exactly what they are.
It's secret orders.
Yeah, secret orders. They can only open it if that happens. And I
can
only imagine
of them peaked?
That what it actually said was...
They all peaked, right?
Yeah, I'm sure
they all looked.
Yeah, they all looked at it. Because I'm sure the orders were like, fuck them up! If if they acknowledge them, fuck them up!
Yeah. Yeah, free reign. We're going to take them now. They're ours.
Now, this all sounds like speculation, like the whole Russia would make that declaration, all that fun stuff. But again, this is proven fact. Like, we have, ambassadors that were there that said, yeah, this happened. We've got the admirals that were like, yep, I was given secret orders that basically were like, we were going to go to war with, Great Britain and France.
I love the idea of secret orders so much.
It's fucking great. I love it. Yeah. It's so stupid.
I'm just imagining, like the captain or general or whoever who has them, just with them sitting on his desk at night, and he's just... I want to open.
Oh, look at it. What's it say?
I need a little... What could they be? I'm going to look. I know I shouldn't.
but I'm
what an internal struggle he must be
going through. Fuck. I would have opened it 2 seconds after.
So fast.
The minute Alexander turned his back on me, I'm like, and we're opened. What's this say? Anyways, also at the start of the Civil War, he's going to create a 300-man volunteer unit to protect Washington, D.C. He's going to be given a presentation Colt from Lincoln himself. Like, hey, here's a new gun.
A gun?
A gun. Just giving a gun.
Gave him
to him.
Just because he clearly
Abraham Lincoln is actually going to offer Cassius Clay the brigadier general spot, which he turns down, and then not only turns it down, he resigns his position as ambassador to Russia and says, I will not participate in this fucking administration or this government so long as slavery is legal. So listen, Lincoln, until you get some kind of emancipation proclamation to free these fucking slaves, I ain't fucking doing shit. And allegedly, that's part of the reason why Lincoln does the Emancipation Proclamation.
Well, I mean, that's I guess some people you have to let quit.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, he let him quit.
You're not gonna all right,
I say that.
He's gonna make sure he quits.
He still became a brigadier general and was forced to go to Kentucky to take care of the volunteer troops of Kentucky. So it's like he quit, but he still was forced to kind of do it. It doesn't matter. He doesn't actually hold that position very long before he actually resumes being the ambassador to Russia and goes back to Russia. In 1863. He actually, March 11th, 1863, he returns to Russia and is an ambassador there all the way up until 1869, where he gets to see from afar the 13th Amendment gets passed. He gets to see slavery officially ending in the United States.
Well, getting transferred into prisons.
And he gets to actually be the key component to the sale of Alaska to the United States. He negotiates that. Why don't we know about this guy, right? You never fucking learned about him in school.
One boxer who didn't even go by that name during most of his boxing career and it erases this man's entire
prehistory, right? Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Now, unfortunately, later in his life, he is diagnosed with being clinically insane and suffering from dementia.
What?
What? No fucking shit.
No shit. Good God.
He winds up getting
Dr. Obvious diagnosed him.
He winds up getting in local disputes with the fucking sheriff, and the sheriff tries to go and arrest him, and he fucking shoots
cocaine about it.
The sheriff tries to go and arrest him, and he shoots a fucking cannon at the sheriff.
He's been waiting for that. Holy cow!
And the sheriff's like, "I'm fucking done."
He's been waiting.
He goes, "We're done trying to enforce any laws with this fucking crazy psychopath. So unless you get a whole army, I'm not dealing with it."
Can you imagine living during a time when the police force was so small that you could just
shoot a cannon at them and then they leave you alone?
Them?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then just be like, "Yeah, you know what? Not worth it."
Not worth it.
Nowadays they'd bring in helicopters and tanks and drones and all sorts of bullshit.
Johnny,
our police are military.
And this is where the guy's life is just still fucking wild. In 1900, at the age of 89,
I was going to say,
2 men are going to break into his house while he's sleeping. He is then going to wake up, hear them sleeping, shoot one in the fucking face, and then stab the other one repeatedly with a Bowie knife and kill both of them at the age of fucking 89.
Yeah, no country for old men. That's all that is.
What the fuck? And he is going to pass away at the ripe old age of 92.
Walk at 89.
He's going to pass away at the age of 92, basically from just old age, which they call general exhaustion. Which dude lived a pretty... I get that.
I feel that. I might die of general exhaustion.
I feel like, right now.
Soon.
At any point in time, I could die of general exhaustion. Now, I would not be who I am unless I point out the bad that I could find of the people that we talk about. And Cassius Clay is not a perfect human being.
He murdered 40 people in duels. He cut off a man's
nose
and ears and gouged his eye.
That's self-defense.
That doesn't make it morally right.
It's fine.
Slavery was legal.
Also
Lieutenant
was
Tommy.
Yep, it sure was. Now, I do point out his dark side. Dude was a massive womanizer.
Oh,
that too.
Whatever.
He's a womanizer. Johnny, I don't like that. I don't. That's worse to me than being a fucking crazy mutilator psychopath. If you're a womanizer or if you have infidelity, you don't like it.
Did he have infidelity? Or?
Yeah, he was massively. He actually winds up divorcing his first wife. He divorces her for abandonment.
So you're telling me the man who would mutilate a body and kill 40 people in duels
I'm fine with
not a morally centered person. He was immoral.
He had a illegitimate son that he adopted when he was in Russia, but at least he adopted
made it legitimate.
That's something. He does divorce his wife, his first wife, calls it abandonment because she leaves him after all of his illicit affairs. She can't stand it, so she leaves. So he divorces her for abandonment. She abandoned me.
Sounds like she abandoned him.
So
where is your confusion?
There's that. That's all.
She left him.
That's the dirt I could dig up, besides the mutilating people.
Besides just the general atrocities that he committed. In the name of good things.
But I'm okay with that because he's fucking doing it to slavers. They get that.
Yes, it comes down to if you murder a murderer, is that bad? That type of.
If you butcher a Nazi, is it bad?
Question.
No, it's
no.
Fine. It's okay.
No, that's not a moral philosophy question. That's just, it's not. It's fine. We've decided. It's been answered.
Yeah,
go for it.
Enslavers fall in that same category.
Yeah,
they're the same.
Okay, yeah, I get it. That makes sense.
Yeah,
I'm on board.
So that's how Cassius Clay got his name, I guess, the boxer.
And then when did he start boxing then?
Apparently sometime in this. I don't fucking know that, Johnny. I don't follow boxing. After he died, he came back to life and was resurrected. Discovered religion. Is
there it is. You're nailing it.
Is Islamic? Is that
Islam?
Islam, is that how you... Is that... I feel like that's not right. Muslim. That's the word I was looking for.
Okay, well, that's also... That's
yeah, it's the same, but like it's like you're Islamic, but you discover the Muslim faith. It's Muslim, right? That's the proper... I don't know, man. I don't fucking follow religion very well. But he discovers religion.
Islam is a religion.
Changes his...
And then there are also Muslims who are not... It's a Quran still. Wait. Here we go. Nope, we're there. You got it. You had it. Adherents of Islam are called Muslims.
Yeah, okay. Sure.
So
he's Islamic.
Christianity is Islam. Christians are Muslims.
Okay, I gotcha.
That's where it is.
Hey, you've done a theology lesson from
cut
guys.
it
No,
this.
we're not cutting this shit. I'm gonna leave it. I'm leaving it.
Bad.
Nobody's gonna listen this far anyways. They only watch the shorts.
Literally 2 people are here still, and it's because they left their computers and accidentally left it on play.
That's probably true.
Cassius Clay! In historic hindsight, yeah, I don't know. We'll see you later. Bye.